down towards turn 1. It's a left-hander, 90 degrees, into the rhythm section, and then into an almost 180-degree left-hand turn for turn 2. That brings you shooting across the middle of the field and into turn 3, which is a very rough mogul section. Then a 180-degree right-hander for turn 4, sets you up over some very big jumps, then back into turn 5, which is 180 degrees to the left. And here you have to make an inside-outside choice. Inside shorter, but it's also rougher. Outside is faster, but it's longer. That brings you down into turn 6 and 7, the last two left-handers at each at 90 degrees, and then you fly across the finish line, one big, huge jump at the end.
Fully capable of 125 miles an hour. They won't hit that tonight in Pasadena, but it is the Grand National Sport Trucks online. Marty Reed set it up for us.
Well, in fact, if anything, they've been trying to go to lower gear ratios to try and get a lot more torque down on the ground, because this is a very tight layout, one of the tightest we'll run on all season long. On the front row will be Scott Douglas in the Jeep, Roger Mears Jr. in the Bud Nissan. Now, the fast qualifiers are in the back of the pack, and it's going to be tough for them to move up through this very tight course. So we'll have to keep our eyes on the front runners to see if they can hold off the hard chargers from the rear.
And we get it going with a great display of horsepower. Pasadena, California, the Mickey Thompson Off-Road Championship Grand Prix. You're watching the Grand National Sport Trucks as they bump and grind their way through the midsection of the course. You won't see a lot of passing here tonight, Marty Williams.
Well, and you're seeing a lot of it right now because they're trying to pull their way through, three abreast in many of these sections, and you really aren't supposed to be able to do that. Now, this is the section where you go inside, outside. Scott Douglas in the Jeep took the outside lane. Walker Evans is leading the pack along with Glenn Harris on the inside.
So there he is, Scott Douglas in that Jeep Comanche. Wanted from Walker Evans and racing in here tonight in Pasadena. He continues to lead the way, and the others are chasing him through the midsection of the course. They hang a hard right U-turn right here, and then they slide their way through the rest of the course. Had a lot of rain here earlier in the weekend in Southern California, and they think this course is very slippery. We'll find out as the night progresses.
Well, as we pointed out, the four trucks that started in the first two rows, they are still running 1 through 4.
Number 7, Roger Mears, is currently running in second place. Roger Mears Jr., 26 years of age, out of Bakersfield, California.
Could be a pass here. Roger Mears on the inside. Scott Douglas got hung out just a little bit. And now we've got a new leader with the Bud Nissan out front.
That's Roger Mears Jr., former Mickey Thompson Rookie of the Year back in 1989. And he's the guy that's leading the chase right now.
Walker Evans has moved into 4th place past Greg George, and Rob McCachran, who's celebrating a birthday, 26 years old, is challenging Walker for 4th.
And it looks as though Glenn Harris will come out of this with 2nd place. So Roger Mears Jr. leads, and then the number 6 truck of Glenn Harris out of Camarillo.
And right at the bottom of your screen there, you saw Scott Douglas. He's pulling it over. He is going to DNF here in heat race number 1.
Did not finish, so he's out of the race. He'll sit it out, and he'll have to watch out of the cockpit of his Grand National Sport Truck.
Great job by Rob McCachran.
Somebody's at the barrier.
Roger Mears Jr. Our leader has stuffed it head nose into the water barrier, and that gives the lead to Glenn Harris. Oh, and we have a rollover with Ken Hodgson.
Ken Hodgson out of Riverside, California. That's the truck that Danny Thompson used to own. It's a Chevrolet, and he is on his lid right now. So we've got Roger Mears smoking in the middle of the track, Hodgson on his lid.
And we're going to go to a full course yellow. There is Roger Mears Jr. climbing out. He'll take a look at the damage. And remember, we talked about the consistency of the Toyotas finishing every heat race. Well, here's a perfect example. The Bud Nissan, the second car, will not finish here, and that's going to hurt in the points battle. Let's take another look at Roger Mears Jr. and see if we can find out exactly what happens. He gets a little sideways, manages to recover, but then something lets go, and he cannot turn the vehicle. So maybe something let go in the steering, and he just went head first right into the hydro barrier.
Okay, we're going to restart this race. Glenn Harris from Camarillo, California is in the lead, but an interesting guy in 2nd place.
Starting way back in row number 5 was Rob McCachran in the Rough Rider Ford. He is now running 2nd, right in between the 2 Dodges of Glenn Harris. Walker Evans in 3rd, then Rod Millen in 4th. Greg George, doing very well in the Chevy Thunder, is in 5th. 4 laps remaining. Here we go.
And we should probably wish Rob McCachran happy birthday. He turns 26 years old today, celebrating as he currently etches himself into 2nd place. Glenn Harris starts to pull away from the field. McCachran makes the move. Oh, he had a shot at an inside line, and they go tire to tire as they skirt around that big U-turn on the far side of the course.
I got to tell you now, here's the inside-outside. Who's going to be quicker? Remember, the inside has you got to go further. And here comes Rob McCackren. He's going to take the lead.
McCackren celebrating his birthday. Finds out and he gets edged out. Oh, my goodness, they're hooked up. McCackren is on his sled. Harris continues to lead the race. What do you think, Rough Driving? Want to look at that one?
Absolutely. I think they're going to take a look at that one. Let's take another look at it, see if we can determine if this is just incidental contact or Walker Evans did actually push into Rob McCackren, and I don't know. That's going to be a tough call. You can see all kinds of sparks coming off the back of Walker Evans' Dodge, and there is Rob McCackren up on his lid.
Marty, this guy's getting more on-air time than you and me combined. Gary Scheimer again is going to start this race. Let's set it again. Harris, Walker, Millen, and Stewart are the first four. We've got a couple of Dodge Dakotas and then the Toyota pickup trucks follow behind. So this is getting interesting. Believe it or not, we're down to 2 final laps now through all the restarts. We're just about set to go. Jerry Stansberry looks to Gary Scheimer and says, it's all yours. He turns it over to the drivers, and we're off and racing again. Glenn Harris leads the way as he has already about 4 or 5 different times here tonight. And he is really straight out, being chased by Walker Evans, who is 52 years of age, out of Riverside, California. So far, everything clean, no major problems out on the track at the moment. And let's see how long we can hold up. Oh, we got some banging going on. That's Walker Evans, and I think it was Millen. Ivan Stewart. Those two have connected more than once. And look at these two guys fighting it out here, the two teammates of Toyota.
Looks like both of them have had their noses bloody, but they are still over. Rob McCackren really trying to make a run from his position that was way back in the back of the restart. He's trying to get past Roger Beard back there in that jam up in the right-hand portion of your screen. There are the two Dodges coming your way, with Glenn Harris leading Walker Evans.
I tell you, Marty, Walker's getting awful tight on his teammate's bumper there. They can connect and spin out and open up the door for Toyotas. But still, it is Glenn Harris from Camarillo, California, that continues to lead the way. Raced for Mazda last year, born in New York City. He's racing tonight in Pasadena. White flag out. This is the final lap. Took a while to complete this race, but it's ending the way it began with Glenn Harris in the lead.
Yeah, actually, Glenn started the year with Mazda last year, then came over to join Walker on the Jeep team, and now they've switched over to the Dodge Dakota. Still the battle for third. Oh, look out! Ron Millen's going to lose third place as long as he went for the bicycle. Here's the battle for first as we head towards the last 2 corners. Inside, outside.
Let's see if these teammates have any instructions. They come in and we're pretty sure Dodge is going to win it. Whose is it going to be? That's the question. And it looks indeed it belongs to Glenn Harris, followed by Walker Evans, and then Ivan Stewart will have to settle for third place in heat race number 1.
An enormous amount of the Earth's resources are consumed at businesses. We throw away enough office paper yearly to build a wall 12 feet high, stretching from New York to Los Angeles. Hi, I'm Nancy Lopez, helping ESPN remind you to set up a recycling program in your office. Not only will you be helping save our natural resources, you could also save your company some money. Remember, you can make a world of difference.
Hi, I'm Gilad of Bodies in Motion.
And I'm Ada of Basic Training. Getting in shape with us is a lot of fun.
So join us for a full hour of fitness. We're here for you weekdays at 11:30 and 12 noon. Eastern Time on ESPN.
Hi, I'm Jerry McInnes, and it occurs to me that we all have the responsibility of taking care of our environment. Let's get together and work on it. You can make a world of difference.
Okay, heat race number 2, the Super 1600s, and Marty Reed's going to set the scene for it.
The man to watch right now, a lot of pressure on number 6, Marty Coyne. He's in row number 2, and right alongside Bob Gordon. Coyne is tied for the points lead with Frank Archiero Jr., and Archiero finished 5th in his heat race, so now it's up to Marty Coyne to break the tie.
And then
a big collision right off the start. Bob Gordon gets sideways, and the number 11 of Jimmy Nichols just climbs right up over top of him. Let's go back to the start of this race. Now, you see on the front row, that's Ed Herbst alongside of Larry Knoll. Now, look what happens. Number 4, Bob Gordon, in the left portion of your screen, he gets spun around, and then Jimmy Nichols, they don't call him Jamming Jimmy for nothing. He just climbs right up and over because he's getting some help from behind from Troy Herbst, and then behind him is Tim Herbst. So the Herbst family got in this as well.
Well, we're going to restart this race, and everybody will go back to their original positions because one lap had not been completed. So we're going to pick up right where we left off. We've got Ed Herbst and Larry Knoll on the pole, and we are off and racing Pasadena, California. Look number 17, Ed Herbst leads the way right now as they swap positions.
Look out for Larry Knoll.
Yeah, Larry Knoll, he worked that inside to perfection. He set that up and then banged it down. Beautiful.
We should point out that Larry Knoll's already been on this track earlier tonight as he drives in the ultra stock category, and so he had some familiarity with the course, and boy, it really paid off.
Look at how comfortable he looks right now out on the course. There's a good shot from our barrier cam, but there he is out in the lead, Larry Knoll. And he is from Danville, California, 36 years of age in that number 8 Super 1600.
The battle for third. Look at this. This is all even up. There's Marty Coyne gets a second assist after getting spun around by Jimmy Nichols. He may lose a place. No, he manages to hold on to fourth and may even end up third. There is first place, Larry Knoll. Coming over the jump is second place. That is Bob Gordon in the battle for third between Herbst and Marty Coyne.
Bob Gordon, the defending champion here in Pasadena, California, 43 years of age out of Orange, California. But meanwhile, there's the leader right in the midsection of the course. Larry Knoll, number 8. Marty said races 2 forms of racing. Actually was a first time ever. He won 2 different forms of racing on the same night last year on the Mickey Thompson Tour. Remember that? That'll probably stay in the record books for quite a while.
It will be tough to duplicate. Now there's the second and third place vehicle, Bob Gordon in front of Marty Coyne, and Ed Herbst is running in fourth. Now we should point out there are 3 Herbsts running here. They are known for their desert racing prowess. They own a series of car washes, convenience store type things back in the Las Vegas area. And but I'll tell you, they are very serious about this off-roading in both the stadium and in the desert. There's Jimmy Nichols putting a move onto Ed Herbst as he'll take over the position. But before the season's out, one of the Herbsts is going to find their way into victory lane because they are persevering, as we say.
All I know is the convenience stores have been pretty much left unattended tonight because all of them are racing here. They brought, of course, their full crews with them out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Larry Knoll stalls, and Marty Coyne slams into the back end of him, and it may be that Coyne took the worst of that because there's smoke coming from the back of Coyne's number 6.
After they all smash together, they still come out the same.
Oh, there goes Bob Gordon up and over. Bob Gordon was running in second place, and all of a sudden he is up on his lid, and this may bring out another full course yellow.
The defending champion is on his side, and I'm not even sure that Larry Knoll knows that's going on. It happened behind him. He will find out soon as he works the midsection of the course. Here he is with a hard right-hand turn, and then the lefty. Now he's going to be encountering. He'll go right by Bob Gordon. They're skirting to the outside. They're sitting on the outside section of the course, and right there he goes by Bob Gordon. Now he knows officially the guy that was chasing him is on his side.
Well, 2 laps remaining, and they are going to continue racing as they're going to try and upright Bob Gordon. In the meantime, he is now 1 lap down, so tough break, but a big break for the number 6 of Marty Coyne. There you see on the right-hand portion of the screen, he's trying to close in on Larry Knoll.
That's right, his teammate has been eliminated. Larry Knoll continues to lead the way. This form of racing costs you anywhere from $30,000 to $60,000. These are very sophisticated machines, rear-mounted 1650cc engines. The power plant is in the back of these puppies.
White flag is out for Larry Knoll as he goes by some lap traffic. It's his race to win or lose. There's no way that Marty Coyne can reel him in at this point.
You'd have to believe that Larry Knoll, the 36-year-old out of Danville, is hooked up with the course right now. That's what the drivers say. When you are in rhythm with the dirt, you are hooked up. He is making no mistakes. Look at this. Even a guy dead in the water goes right around him, just slides with the rhythm of it all. And he's got 2 more left-hand turns than Larry Knoll will put heat race number 2 under his belt. He earned this one, Marty, the old-fashioned way. He went out there flat out and earned it.
Hi, I'm Lee Haney, 7-time Mr. Olympia.
I'm Carl Banks, linebacker, New York Giants.
Join us right here on ESPN for Lee Haney's championship workout. Be there.
ESPN International presents Spanish football every Sunday night. Plus a half-hour highlight show keeping you up to date with all the league's action every Wednesday night. Don't miss a single goal of this world-class sport. Spanish football every Sunday night only on ESPN International.
Let's stretch and flex. Come on, you can do it. What could feel better than getting fit in the great outdoors? Hi, I'm Denise Austin. Join me weekdays on ESPN.
And with us now is Larry Knoll. Larry, congratulations. You haven't had a chance to see what all was going on behind you, did you?
No, but I could sure feel the pressure.
Well, take a look at the monitor, because I think the guys are going to give you a little treat here, because from this point on, you sort of took command of the race, and you really didn't know much of what was going on.
Well, let's see here. I can see a couple of them behind me. I really didn't get a very good shot of what's going on behind me. I could feel one car every once in a while come up close to me.
Well, take a look, because there goes Bob Gordon.
Oh, no, he got on his head lid.
See, that's the advantage of being in first place, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, we'll see you in the main event. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, this should be a lot of fun. The four-wheel ATVs, the all-terrain vehicles, these are factory fun machines on the line right now, and Marty's going to set the scene for us.
Well, Donovan Holland will be on the front row along with Charlie Shepard, as he is the defending champion in this series, wears the number 1 very proudly. And row number 2, Mark Earhart and Gary Denton. Then John Lucas and Doug Eichner in row 3. Defending champion in this event in ATV action here at Pasadena, Donnie Banks on the number 2.
In the right hand is the green flag. When the drops were off and racing, and here we go. I like the odds of Donovan Holland in that black jersey wearing number 5. He had the clean shot to the inside line. And that is Charles Shepard that is fighting with him right now. Number 4 steps into second place. That is Mark Earhart. But it is Donovan Holland who leads the way. 17 years of age, only 17. From Fresno, California. He's on board a Honda Unique, so he got his driver's license last year.
And we cannot count Mark Earhart out. He came and won at round number 2 back in San Diego.
And Charles Shepard right now in second place right now.
Boy, that tight wheel is something you don't want to do with these machines, because you can get up and over very quickly.
Donovan Holland leads the way. In second place is number 4, Mark Earhart. Charles Shepard, the overall champion from last year, is running in third place. So we got 3 in the basket, punched up in the top. In the midsection of the course on the Mickey Thompson Off-Road Championship Grand Prix, body language will come into effect. Watch how these guys lean over the sides of these machines. And keep in mind, they've got no roll bar to protect them. If they pitch it and roll over, they will lean their bodies over the machine. The weight transfer has to be precision. It's a beautiful thing to watch, a lot like thoroughbred jockeys as they lean over the machines.
Watch the difference in riding style between Holland and Shepard, and Charlie's making a move for the lead. When Donovan's up higher, which means you're catching more wind resistance, Charlie, one of the secrets that he has, for some reason, he has a knack of being able to keep his head and his chest lower on the machine. Look at that low shot again. You'll get a good look at it.
A lot of these times these guys will ride, their head will be literally over the handlebars when they hit the straightaway to keep the centrifugal force low.
Here, take a look right here. Now, notice how high Donovan is, and look how low Charlie stays. It's amazing how low he stays. I mean, it's very, very difficult. You have to understand. You have to have tremendous muscle control in your legs. As he makes the pass for the lead, you also have to have tremendous stomach muscle control, because you have to literally force yourself down.
Rarely do their rear ends touch the seats on these things. That's how Donovan Holland went outside. He realized he could pass it. So the only thing he can do is catch it up with acceleration on the far side. There's the leader, Charlie Shepard, 19 years of age, out of Bakersfield, California. This is the main event, folks, of the ATVs, the all-terrain vehicles, 250cc machines. The slightest pitch is going to send these guys on their sides. No, they almost connect again.
Well, I tell you, these two are really going after each other. This is a great race.
They split again. Donovan Holland on the outside. Charlie Shepard takes the inside. And Donovan, he's hoping that he can gain something on that outside section, but that time he loses, almost lost second place. That is Gary Denton, number 15 from Chino, California. Holland, the man who stepped in front.
Almost made the pass stick, but Donovan was able to take it back, and boy, he's racing down the inside. There is the battle, with 3 of them now actually closing in on the battle for second, and there is Gary Denton trying to make the pass stick. Donovan Holland, boy, they're running right up against each other, and the wheels are touching.
Unbelievable. This is his Whips and Caps. This is very close racing. This is the race for second place we're watching. Here they come by the barrier, and 1 lap to go. There is your leader, Charlie Shepard, out of Bakersfield, and you wonder why he wears the number one plate? Just look at that. That's the answer.
Well, what happens is Donovan Holland's so wrapped up trying to fight off Gary Denton right now that there's no way he can concentrate on trying to reel in Charlie Shepard. Charlie just run away and hit.
Half a lap to go. They're working the midsection, the rhythm section of the course. Some people call it the moguls or the whoopie-doos as we refer to it. But there is your leader. Look at that lead. He's got about 150 feet to go, and it's all over. The checkered flag is out for Charlie Shepard. The man who won the title last year wins in Pasadena.
Let's go back to the moment when Charlie Shepard took over the lead. Now, Charlie takes the outside line here and just puts the hammer down and manages to dance over the moguls. Cuts down in front of Donovan Holland. You can see they actually touch wheels. Charlie makes the outside pass stick as he gets high up on that other jump. And from that point on, he ran away and hid from the field.
There's a world of sports entertainment for you on ESPN International. ESPN International, the source for sport.
Hey, we hope you're ready for the main events, because we sure are on ESPN, and we're going to kick it off here with the Ultra Stocks, the main event. These are all-terrain sports cars, probably like the ones you drive at home, just a little bit fancier here in Pasadena, California.
On the front row, our two heat winners from earlier tonight, Tim Lewis in the Porsche, Lloyd Castle in the Jeep. And right behind him, the man who finished second in each of those heats, Tommy Croft in the Jeep, and then the number one of Larry Knoll. And we have got an in-car view from Tommy Croft's Jeep, and that's the view he gets, and the man right in front of him is Tim Lewis. And boy, I tell you, it is going to be fast and furious with a total of 14 vehicles here in the main event of Ultra Stock.
Okay, we're just about set to go. These machines will cost you about $50 grand, but they're fun to watch. Remember now, when we first ran these a couple of years ago, Marty, it was not uncommon to see maybe 5-6 cars in the main event, but it's rapidly growing in popularity.
Boy, Tim Lewis shot to the outside, and I don't know why, because it opened the door for Tommy Croft. And look, Tommy's trying to push his way into first place and manages to do just that.
And Tommy Croft rips the backside off of the Porsche of Tim Lewis.
That was Jack Miller who got hung up on the hydro barrier. He quickly deteriorated to last place for that movement.
Tommy Croft is the leader. Tim Lewis in the Porsche is chasing him right now. Tommy Croft, of course, in the Jeep. And we've got 14 cars out on the track, and each and every one of them are racing right in the moment. Tim Lewis had a good night.
Yeah, but I still can't figure out why he made that move to the outside. That opened the door for Croft to stick his nose in there.
What's even more amazing is he got out of it clean somehow. John Burgess is running in third place, 21-year-old out of Southgate. He's in a Nissan. So we've got a Jeep, a Porsche, and a Nissan, and here comes Larry Knoll. He's going to figure into the mix now.
And here is the in-car view with our leader, Tommy Croft. Now that's the kind of view you like. Oh, Lloyd Castle is stalled in turn number 4. You saw it just in the right-hand portion of your screen. And it looks as though it may be terminal.
And he is in a very compromising position, and you'll see why when the leaders catch up to him. Oh, Tim Lewis has dropped back into third place right now. Larry Knoll has positioned himself into second place.
There's first, second, and third. Larry Knoll in the middle, trying to close down on leader Tommy Croft.
34 years of age, out of San Diego, California. He's in the Jeep.
There's Lloyd Castle stalled dead in the water. You see everybody moving around him.
He couldn't be in an absolute worse place if he had to. Stuck dead in the middle of the racetrack. Tommy Croft is our leader. You're watching the Ultra Stocks on ESPN. It's all part of the Mickey Thompson Auto Championship Grand Prix. There's our barrier cam. They come flying behind Tim Lewis in the Porsche, and the rest of the field follows shortly thereafter.
So far, Tommy Croft trying to double up on his win back in San Diego. It would be a very big night if he could make it 2 in a row for the Jeep team. As we pointed out, there is the view that the leader has. You can see one hand on the steering wheel, one hand on the gear shift, and he is motoring through turn number 6 and now heading for turn number 7, another left-hander to 90 degrees. And right behind him, see, you can't see him out the back, but there is second place, Larry Knoll.
He was the overall champion last year in the Tour. He is the defending champion here in Pasadena, and we've got more traffic coming up right in the middle. This is going to get interesting. Here comes Croft, Knoll, and Lewis, and the rest of the field as they scoot their way around Lloyd Castle right now.
Boyd, that's a very uncomfortable feeling for a driver. He can't see out the back. He just has to sit there and hope that nobody rams him from behind.
Well, plus these guys basically are drivers. If they wanted to be spectators, they would have bought a ticket to come watch the race tonight. He's stuck in the middle of the course. He's become a spectator, albeit involuntarily.
Well, here is the battle for the lead. That is Tommy Croft in the Shell Truck Guard Jeep, followed closely by Larry Knoll. And now we're getting into lap traffic, and this could be a determining factor to a great deal somewhere along the line here, as we still are about a lap and a half to go.
Croft and Knoll fighting it out right now. We've got about a lap and a half still remaining. This is the Ultra Stock main event. The last time these guys will race tonight in Pasadena. The circuit, of course, as the white flag comes out, moves on to Phoenix, Arizona. After this one, we've already been to Anaheim and San Diego. Stop number 3 of 10 on the Mickey Thompson Off-Road Circuit. Glad you could join us on ESPN Off-Road Racing Stadium type tonight here in Pasadena.
Here goes Larry Knoll. Going to try down the inside. He's going to force the issue.
And Tim Lewis is kind of laughing in the background. He can pick up some time on this. Larry Knoll takes the lead, though. Good, gutsy move, and it paid off.
He set him up and then put the hammer down. And Larry Knoll, now you know why he wears the number 1, folks.
Knows exactly what he's doing. He won in 2 different categories as the checkered flag comes out. Larry Knoll wins the main event in Pasadena. Tommy Croft second. Tim Lewis in the Porsche third.
And Tommy Croft is just banging his hand against the steering wheel. He's so frustrated that he managed to get passed by Larry Knoll. Let's take you back to the moment when Larry Knoll took over first place for good. Now that's Tommy Croft in the Jeep in front. And watch what happens. Croft takes his usual outside line. Knoll sees it, and boy, does he put the hammer down and manages to make it stick. Look, he almost gets up on 2 wheels and forces Croft to the outside. Now remember, there is a stalled vehicle in the way, and he uses that to his advantage as Larry Knoll literally forces Tommy Croft to get off the gas, get on the brake, and from that point on, it was Larry Knoll's race.
Hi, I'm Gilad of Bodies in Motion.
And I'm Ada of Basic Training. Getting in shape with us is a lot of fun.
So join us for a full hour of fitness. We're here for you weekdays at 11:30 and 12 noon Eastern Time on ESPN.
According to the U.S. Coast Guard, recreational boaters dump more than a pound of trash in the water every time he or she goes out. Why? Because it's easier than bringing it back to shore. Hi, I'm Gary Jobson, ESPN sailing analyst. Make it your boat policy to bring your trash back to shore. It's better for you and the environment. Remember, you can make a world of difference.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Houston from ESPN's Jimmy Houston Outdoors. Every week we show you the beauty of our environment, but let's remember to preserve and protect the only earth that we've got. You can make a world of difference.
ESPN International presents Spanish football every Sunday night. Plus a half-hour highlight show keeping you up to date with all the league's action every Wednesday night. Don't miss a single goal of this world-class sport, Spanish football, every Sunday night only on ESPN International.
Race number 2 of the Grand National Sport Trucks. These are the granddaddies of them all, and the granddaddy place of all the bowl games, the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California.
And in heat race number 1, Glenn Harris and Walker Evans made it a Dodge sweep, with Ivan Stewart finishing 3rd in the Toyota, Rob McCachran 4th in the Ford. Now what's going to be interesting is to see what happens here in heat race number 2. There is Glenn Harris. He is starting in row number 4 for this heat race, alongside of his teammate Walker Evans. Now one truck, as you see, our in-car camera shot with Danny Thompson in the Chevy Thunder, and And you can see just what Danny is going to be doing in the cockpit as he is pulling up in line alongside of Greg George. Now, as we take a look outside, you'll notice that the pole position is missing. Next to Roger Mears Jr. should be Scott Douglas in the Jeep, but Douglas broke in heat race number 1 and has been unable to make repairs and make it in time for heat race number 2. So Roger Mears Jr. gets a big break, and so does Greg George in his debut in Chevy Thunder Grand National Sport Truck Racing.
You gotta believe. In fact, I asked Greg before the race if he was nervous, and he said, "You betcha." He said the difference between this and Super Lights is this is simply a lot heavier car. And he also said that he feels that his whole career is riding on one night. He doesn't have the chance to prove himself over the course of a season.
How would you feel also if you knew that Roger Mears Sr., Glenn Harris, Walker Evans, Rob McCaffrey, Ivan Stewart, Rod Millen, everybody's behind you trying to catch you?
It's going to be fun. Let's keep our eye on that number 14 American Thunder car that belongs to Greg George, racing for the first time in the Grand National Sport Trucks. He sneaks it in just behind Mears, and let's see if he can hang on to it as they go into a hard left-hand turn.